When I was younger, coming up, learning the game of basketball, there was a lot of pressure put on me. It literally felt like a kill or be killed mentality that you had to have on the court. And honestly, I loved it. It was nerve wracking to a degree because when I first started, the old here that they didn't have a bunch of respect for me. They would trip me up, foul me hard. But I don't want to say they didn't have respect for me, but they didn't want me to be soft. They didn't want me to be soft, so I had to take those lumps. I had to take those lumps that are probably a lot of you didn't have to take because my generation, we're not the type that's gonna stick our leg out and trip you out. We're not that type of generation. Don't get me wrong, man. You might get a couple chest bumps or something like that, but it'll never be as crazy as what I had to deal with coming up, man. I mean, I've literally seen cats get bumped like in midair, like spinning in midair, trying to go for a layup. You know what I mean? like I've seen that before. It was a little rough. It wasn't like that every play though. I don't want to over exaggerate it, but if you was a young boy, and you was talking crazy, when I was younger. See, the reason why I got some of that work, I never got it like that bad, but I got some of that work because my uncle told them to be harder on me, to be tough, to be a little rough with me, so I could learn, so I could learn how to deal with the physicalities of basketball. And I got to be honest, it worked. It's probably not the most popular thing to do now, but I got to be honest, it worked, man. It got to the point where this is without working out. This is without working out to the point where people were fouling me, and I didn't even feel it sometimes. But once I started working out, I really didn't feel it. Like I remember one time the referee called a foul for me. I'm almost down. I'm almost at half court, thinking I'm getting ready. I thought I just missed a shot, you know what I mean, or missed a layup or whatever. I'm thinking, like, I'm ready to get back on defense, but everybody cats was calling me down. Like, hey man, you gotta shoot your free throws, Keith. You know what I mean? So it was a certain mentality that you had to have that was built up in you. Now I'm not gonna say every single person of my generation that's a baller went through this, but most of the people know what I'm talking about. A lot of the older people that will probably comment in the comment section on this video, and they'll agree with me. They know exactly what I'm trying to say. But it was a killer or be killed mentality. That's why sometimes on the court I just wouldn't even say nothing. I was speaking. If someone spoke, I said, "What's up?" You know what I mean? I always had respect. It wasn't like it was never a disrespectful thing, but I had to feel in my mind there was no way on this planet that you could see me. There's no way on this planet that you can beat me, or you have any business guarding me. I had to feel like that. That's how I was taught to feel. And honestly, man, especially in some one-on-one situations, I would just kill people, man. On the court, for lack of a better word, on the basketball court, I would just kill people, man. Like it would just be. Sometimes it would be ridiculous. Like guys that I knew deep down in my soul had no business being on that court with me. But if if we playing 5-on-5 and you walk toward this way to guard me, whew, and you was gonna have a long night because I was gonna try to put all 16 points on you. So like seriously, I was gonna try to put all 16. Or if we playing a regulation game, I was gonna try to drop 30 on you, and wouldn't even care, man, and go home and sleep like a baby, man. That's just how, we was taught to play. And I was trying to explain that to some young boys the other day. You know what I mean? And it was just on my mind. That's why I'm telling you guys. But at any rate, let's talk about this game, man. We are 14-0, 21-0, man. Look at this, man. We're the Denver Broncos going up against the Saints. A David versus Goliath matchup. And this is why I kind of like the patch, man. Like the patch made it so that I could tackle better. So that, everybody's not. Don't get me wrong, the stretch play is still pretty dominant. As we almost get a pick right there. I should have had that pick. It's still pretty dominant. Not dominant, but it's still like a problem, like, that you gotta solve. But at least it feels more solvable. Especially in online ranked matches specifically. Now, an ultimate team, if you have like that Saquon Barkley, he's just tough, man. He is just incredible. It's almost not too much you can do about that. Like that Saquon Barkley, as we get another interception right there, that Saquon Barkley gives, your opponent or you, whoever has him, so much of an edge it just it's just flat out ridiculous, man. To be 100, it's just a little ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I have shut him down before. Like even when a guy was doing the stretch plays, I have shut him down. But it's hard. Like some of those tackles that I got when I shut the guy down, it was just good timing. I haven't hit the right angle, and so I'm happy for the patch. It feels like they passed it again a little bit, but another thing that I'm loving, and this is why in a lot of these games you're going to be seeing me getting interceptions, like this one, is because see, a couple patches ago I wouldn't have been able to get that pick. They'd have made me take a goofy angle, or they would have threw it over my head somehow. For the most part, which is extremely frustrating. If I read the play, let me pick it off. That's why it's 21-0. A lot of these games that I showed you before should have been exactly like this. If someone's not better, they're not better. I don't know why EA would make it so that make people play the game. Make people learn the game. Don't get we all gonna take L's. You can learn the game and come back and get better, man. That's like I had to do it when I was younger. I wasn't the best Madden player. I was throwing picks all over the place. See, that's another one that I wouldn't have got before the patch. And this is why I like this patch, man, because if I'm there, man, just let me pick it off, man. Please. Or bat it down at least. I ain't saying I got to pick it off every time, but just let me bat it down at the least. My goodness, man. As we go to the right-hand side, good pass by Joe Flacco. I didn't throw a lot with Joe Flacco this game. I didn't throw a lot with him. Lindsey had a good game, but not a great game. Usually with Lindsey, I can get buck wild a little bit. I can get, I can go ham a little bit with him. Usually he has about 100 yards, win or lose. But I think he only had like 30 yards this game. Maybe not even that, to be honest. I know, I think it's Booker or the other boy. I can't think of his name. I think it's number 28. He broke out a huge game. I think he had like 60-something yards. You guys go see the stats in a minute, man. Shout out to my opponent for playing all the way through. People don't normally do that, especially when they're losing like this. Look at Todd David with the player of the game. 3 interceptions, 1 tackle. I'm shocked he only had 1 tackle, but those 3 interceptions were paramount, man. My man, he got to step his game up. He could have had a bad game, though. Don't get me wrong. But, you losing like that with the Saints versus the Broncos, assuming that you didn't just have a bad game, it just means you got to go work on the game just like I had to. It's fine. Everybody's not going to be, super good or super bad. I mean, and I'm not even like great at the game. I still got to work on my game. Now, I know it might sound a little crazy being I just beat somebody 21-0, but I still got to work on my game. I'm not necessarily. I can't sit back in the big chair like I'm problem right or somebody. Nah, I don't have that type of. I don't have those type of credentials, but at the same, bro, man, I know I can play a little bit. With Flacco with 145.8 passer rating. My goodness, man. Freeman, that was his name. He had 61. Okay, the boy had 52 yards. Okay. Your boy